This is a county telling their governor and their legislature and our president and everybody else who believes it's okay to be a tyrant and a self-appointed dictator that we've had enough of your diaper face masks, and we've had enough of you shutting down the churches and shutting down our businesses and shutting down our Constitution and individual liberty.
This is Christian Gomez with the New American Magazine coming to you from Rapid City at the Red Pill Expo. And I'm here today with Sheriff Richard Mack, the president and founder of the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association. I wanted to make sure I got the full name there right. So thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. This is an amazing conference.
So today it's Sunday morning of the conference, and you spoke yesterday, which was on Saturday, and you revealed some new information with regards to your organization and some exciting news that you have there. Can you share that with us?
Well, I think we really lit up the crowd. It was so exciting. You could cut the excitement in the atmosphere of the hall with a knife. Great people, great group, great expo, an amazing birth child of G.Edward Griffin. Wow. And man, I hope I'm going like he is when I'm his age.
Absolutely.
Man, what an absolute inspiration he is. But yes, we have great news. We didn't think it could get any better than Lander County on the 15th of May. We had a big celebration in their county at their park because they became a constitutional county. And besides just endorsing the entire Constitution, they became officially the first county member of the CSPOA.
Now, the CSPOA has, up until this point, has been open to membership for individuals.
Everybody in the country can join.
And now counties can join. And Lander County is in the state of Nevada, correct?
Correct. And Lander County is located between Salt Lake City and Reno, Nevada on I-80, almost exactly halfway between, in the middle of nowhere. But Lander County contacted me and said, Sheriff Mack, we want to become a member of the CSPOA. It threw me for a loop. I didn't know what they were talking about. I said, you mean you want all the people in Lander County to join the CSPOA? That sounds great, but that's going to be up to them. You know, you're not following me. This is Bert Ramos, the county manager. And he said, Sheriff, we've already voted 4-1. Sorry, it wasn't unanimous. We voted 4-1 for the county commissioners. The county attorney supports it. The county manager supports it, me. The county sheriff supports it. So 8 people out of 9 are all supporting this. I said, you want to become a member as a county of the CSPOA? Yes, it's part of our kickoff to become a true constitutional county.
Now, this has had a domino effect now on other counties, hasn't it?
Well, domino is very good because in the very next county over, Elko County, Elko, Nevada, they have voted 100% unanimous, everybody, all 5 county commissioners, county manager, county sheriff, and county attorney. Now, we don't usually get attorneys. You know, they're usually standing, oh, no. All voted unanimously to become the second CSPOA constitutional county in America. This is significant for this reason, because at the CSPOA, if you're going to be a member, if you're going to be a sheriff and you're going to be a member, or you're going to be a county and be a member, if you're going to be a citizen and become a member, which we absolutely hope you all will do, become a member of the CSPOA. But this means you're going to stand, enforce, obey, and preserve the Constitution of the United States, and more specifically, that you will enforce and defend the Bill of Rights. Now, there's about 28 principles of freedom that are listed within the Bill of Rights. Now, we know that there's 10 amendments, there's only 10. No, there's 5 principles in just number 1.
That's right.
Okay? So this means that they're standing before the world and before their constituents and before the citizens of Elko County that we will be defending your God-given rights here. This is the promise that they made. Of course, every public official swore an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution.
That's right.
These people are making it a reality. They're taking it seriously. And this is what I really like. This is a county telling their governor and their legislature and our president and everybody else who believes it's okay to be a tyrant and a self-appointed dictator that we've had enough of your diaper face mass. And we've had enough of you shutting down the churches and shutting down our businesses and shutting down our Constitution and individual liberty.
Since it's Sunday morning, I'm going to say amen and preach it.
Yeah, amen is right. And so that's what's so significant about this, Christian, is that these two counties are telling the world, we're done with your lies and your subterfuge. And even if the pandemic wasn't a great big scam and propaganda scheme, even if it wasn't, you don't shut people down and then tell them, help us get rid of this disease. You go to people and you say, we're going to respect your rights, we're going to respect liberty, and we're going to work through this, and we're going to get rid of this damn virus together. But we're certainly not going to shut down your churches and your businesses and ruin everything about America so we can pretend to take care of this.
No, absolutely. And you also mentioned an oath or this document right here. Can you tell us a little bit about the significance of that?
Yeah.
And why members of CSPOA and those who aren't members should be taking this to their sheriffs? What is this?
Yeah, well, this is a template that we have created, and with the help of Elko and Lander County, their people, and a document that we made actually back in 2014 at our CSPOA conference in Las Vegas. And the sheriffs and other public officials that were there helped us put together a document that we call the CSPOA resolution. And so we transformed that resolution into this using an attorney and then 5 current sheriffs across the nation to review it and say, all 5 sheriffs on our steering committee said, absolutely, this gave me chills. And what this document is, like I said, a template for sheriffs to send to every state and federal bureaucrat that this county will enforce the Bill of Rights, and we will take, I'll read it to you.
Yes, absolutely. I was hoping you would.
We will take legal action and criminal action against any bureaucrat, federal or state, that abuses the rights and violates the rights of any citizen in this county. Okay? And here it says, this office will arrest, detain, and recommend prosecution of any government official or agent thereof who uses his or her position and deliberately violates the rights of the people under the pretended authority of an unconstitutional order, edict, mandate, proclamation, directive, or regulation. Now, some people are going to say, oh, well, good. Well, I get to wait for the Supreme Court to decide what's unconstitutional. No, you don't. You know who has to decide what's unconstitutional? The person who took the oath.
That's right.
If you swear an oath, you can't say, oh, I'm going to abdicate the fulfillment of that oath to the Supreme Court or to the state court or to any court. You are required to keep your word, to keep your oath. And once you raise your right arm and swear in God's name that you will uphold and defend the Constitution, that is exactly what you should be doing. These counties are going to do it. They're going to keep their word. Don't you really appreciate their integrity?
Absolutely. So, and this is spreading, or you intend it to spread
Yeah.
beyond the borders of Nevada to other states.
Totally.
Have other counties and other states begun to approach you and ask you about
They have.
this?
And in fact, a lot of people here at the conference have. And they said, hey, we're going to take this back to our county. And I said, that's exactly what we want you to do. So for heaven's sakes, we're thrilled with this.
So where can people learn more about this document and also about your organization in general? Where should they go?
Go to CSPOA.org and download this document. And yes, your sheriff can massage it and edit it a little bit for his own personal circumstances. I mean, it talks about the governor of this state created some edicts and destroyed our country, destroyed our businesses, and shut down and required everybody to have a face diaper. Well, South Dakota, where we are right now, didn't do that very much.
Yes, that's correct.
So wherever, if there were the few states that didn't do that, you can certainly edit that.
Yes.
But if any citizen wants to try to change it a little bit, you got to call us first, okay? So let's make sure we're doing this right. But this is a chance for we the people to get involved in restoring liberty to America, one county at a time. Does anybody think it's going to happen in Washington, D.C.? No, but it's already happening in Lander and Elko, Nevada.
That's right. We have about 3,000 counties across America.
3,080.
So we have a long way to go, but this is essential. Every county in America needs to become a constitutional county.
I never thought this was going to happen. I was so surprised by it. But you know what? It's taking off. One, maybe is an isolated incident. Two, we've got a movement.
Yep. And 3, 4, 5,
We
those are
really
coming
got a
soon.
movement.
So you've also written a few books as well. You know, in addition to being the president of the organization, you're also an author. And we have 2 of your books here, right here. Can you tell us a little bit about the magic of gun control? I think this is one of your more recent publications, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Well, you have to actually say it like this. The magic of gun control. Yeah. And reason. People look at it and go, you're for gun control? And no. You see, if gun control ever did any good, it would have to be magic, you know? And the sleight of hand by our politicians, they're trying to take away our rights and our freedoms and destroy the Second Amendment while they're feeding us this rabbit out of the hat that's going to completely destroy our country. So this really brings back the significance of the Second Amendment from the intent of the Founding Fathers. And it's got some contemporary stories like Mama shot them. How a lady in Washington, D.C. shot 2 thugs coming in to kill her daughter. Yeah. And she killed one of them and the other one went scurried. She got arrested. Charged with a felony possession of a handgun. She wasn't arrested for shooting anybody. Felony possession of a handgun. So the NRA and a bunch of other groups got behind her and got her a good attorney and got her off. And her name's Rebecca Griffin, and she has passed away since this story. But God bless her, and it's an amazing story. You definitely want to read this book. It is such a fun book. And this is really kind of interesting. I don't know if the camera can catch this, but this guy and this guy and this guy are all the same guy.
Wow.
That's me when I was an undercover narcotics officer.
Is that back in the 70s or early 80s?
Early 80s.
Okay.
Yeah. But I had to really change my ideas as best as I could because I was already on patrol before that. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. But one of the best books on the Second Amendment you'll ever find, and it's really exciting. And like some books aren't, this one's really interesting. So, and I've actually written 8 books, but these are 2 of my favorite right here.
Okay, absolutely. And can you tell us about this one, Are You a David, referencing the biblical account of David and Goliath?
Yeah, and that's actually a female sheriff from Texas. And I really like it. I'm asking, are you a David to a lady cop? You know, and I really thought that this worked because here she is, she's got her arms folded, she knows Goliath's coming, but she's got this. She's fine. She knows.
And of course, the Goliath is the federal government, right?
Correct. And what I have said and maintained for a long time, and I don't know anybody in JBS who has ever disagreed with me on this, the greatest threat, and I'm sorry to say this, but the greatest threat to our God-given American liberties is our own federal government. And that's why our whole program here, working with sheriffs and doing what Lander County and Elko County are doing, is that it's the solution.
Absolutely.
We don't need to depend on another election. We don't need to depend on anybody in Washington, D.C., because it's the most despicable corruption anywhere in the world. Washington, D.C. is so corrupt, you're not going to get your freedom back there, but you can get it back in your county. And that's what this is about a lot. And I'll read the back of this. You, the patriotic, freedom-loving citizen. You, the local police officer. You, the elected sheriff. You must stand with faith, with the humility of a shepherd boy, and the strength of a warrior, as David did against Goliath.
And that's what CSPOA is all about. All about being a David against confronting that Goliath. And you were mentioning how the greatest threat to our freedoms is the federal government. And like you have right here in this quote from Abraham Lincoln, America will never be destroyed from an outside enemy. If we falter and lose our freedoms, it will be because we destroyed ourselves. The enemy is from within, not a transatlantic army led by Napoleon, as Lincoln also said. So these books can be, and of course more information about your organization as well, both can be found on CSPOA.org, right?
Thank you, yes.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Sheriff Mack. It was a pleasure to have you today with us today. And we're coming to you here from Rapid City in South Dakota at the Red Pill Expo. Thank you and God bless.